What is going on, Nerd Paraders? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me here today as we play some more of the Planet Crafter. And in today's episode, we're showing off our industrial power facility and changing our life with the magic of teleporters. Before we jump further into it, though, introductions are in order in case you don't know. I am Nick, this is Nerd Parade, and once again, welcome to the channel. If you're enjoying the Planet Crafter series, please be sure to do me a favor and tag the thumbs up button. Also, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel so you get notified whenever I post. But if you'd like even more nerd in your life on top of that, check me out on twitch.tv/nerdparade and drop a follow for whenever I go live and do the gamer things. That's going to wrap up my intro. Now let's kick our video off. I'm not going to deconstruct the man's solar panels. Maybe he's still alive. Those are active working solar panels, are they not? The lights are out. What clues are you going to give me? Oh, that's dilapidated. He's not alive. That man died years ago. I'm going to find bones in here. He gave up. Maybe pulsar crystals, though. It's always something, right? Like at first it was osmium. I was like, I need osmium. I can't find osmium. And then it was like, zeolite. We need the zeolite. It's always something. Now it's pulsar crystals. Used to be able to make them, but they took it away from me. Oh, jetpack. Oxygen tank. I will actually take these with me. I think that could be valuable since I'm starting to run low on O2. I think I had one or two on me anyway. The music just got really quiet. If somebody jumps out and freaking ooga boogas me, I'm gonna lose my... I might crap my pants. A busted communications array. This is kind of a big base. Here we go. Here's a note. I'll take the bean seeds. Sending message attempt. Oh, he's just sent... Ecalus, you're 3041. Send out a bunch of messages. This guy made a big base, though. Take the FERT tier 2, sure. It's really not that hard to make, but I just take things. Is there anything behind that? We gotta keep our deconstruct out so we can find secret walls. My oxygen is low. We grab those vials, so we're good. It's just one less thing that I have to make. Alright, yeah, we'll do it, we'll do it. I hear you, game. I hear you. Okay, we got another downy. What is going on? The dude made a maze of veggie tubes. He did go crazy. Oh, was this already busted? Did I already go through here? Yeah, I think I already went through here. I just didn't continue going through here. Here I did definitely not go through. Another message. I'm going to put some of these irons... Oop, not that. That I have deconstructed. We'll take the rocket engine. I didn't mean to do that. Iron. Free up inventory space. And the Lerma. Seed Lerma is... I need that for rockets. That's actually important to me. I always take Lermas. How many days did I spend on this planet? I can't tell anymore. Does my family still remember me? I miss them so much. I miss everything. That is not a red rock at this point. Is somebody waiting for me back home? Do I really have any chance of getting out of here? I'm doing my best to survive, and I'm getting better and better at it. Maybe some help will come. Maybe they'll send a rescue team. There's no way nobody will be looking for us, looking for me in the year 3041, Ecalus again. That man had hope still. Ah! Secret wall. I knew it. I knew I had to have the Destructo out. A tree seed of Soleus. We'll take the tree seed. Sure. Okay, go through this maze of veggie tubes. And there was a... this. There was a this. What's his bed? The actual treasure. The actual treasure. The whole reason I came in here, for sure. He's in here, isn't he? Just kidding. I hope I actually made one of you jump. Seed larva fertilizer. A effigy of a golden comms array. What if I stayed here forever? I found enough ice to drink, and my crops are getting bigger and bigger. I've successfully set up an energy source with a few solar panels, and for now, at least, I finally have a bit of comfort. Can I spend all my life by myself? Do you need company to live? Will I die alone? Well, yeah, if you're by yourself, you would. Okay, no, I digress. There's something really strange about this planet. I can't say what it is, but the more time I spend here, the more I want to stay. Nonsense. Huh. Secrets? 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 Oh, I'll actually take the fabric. I glossed over fabric. I wonder how many times I've done that. I was gonna build some furnishings in my base. Huh. Well, we've successfully distracted ourselves from hunting pulsar crystals, plural. I got the one. I wonder what happened to this man who's been here since 3041. The current year is 3056, if I remember correctly. The guy's been here, or had died here, 15 or so years ago. Okay, yeah, it's back. Just making sure I've covered everything. Here we are back up at the top. I'll leave the man's solar panels, since they won't do much for me. Oh, my oxygen is low again. Good thing we got those vials. I'm gonna go, so we came in the zeolite way. We're gonna go back the pulsar cave way and see. I remember the ceiling being very, very low, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to put a mining unit there. But if I can, teleportation dreams are in my near future. I didn't think they were going to take away the ability to make pulsar crystals from me. And then add something super cool like a teleporter. I am in shambles. Oh, is this a thing? No. This also was not marked as a point of interest when we originally sent up that rocket satellite thing. Yeah, it's very small in here. And very, very red. This is slightly open. Oh! I saw green for a second, but I think it just might have been because I opened up the menu. I don't think that's greenable. If they've taken away quartz, there has to be a way that I can get it. This cannot be the only cave. So we're forced to do the thing that we've done so many times before. Ooh, there's one. And that is explore. I gotta go looking around for the new caves. And hopefully one big enough that can contain an ore extractor. This looks like a big enough room. No, it's not even that. It's not big enough to contain my extractor. I'm trying really hard not to make any jokes at the moment. Oh, a blueprint module. I'm gonna leave it. I'm trying to get better. So many episodes in, I'm trying to get better at being a ridiculous hoarder. And I think we have just combed this place dry. Yeah, we're going back into the osmium zone. Oh, Lerma. Need Lermas for rockets. Alright. Let's get our stuff back to base. Get me an oxygen tube. And we will continue to hunt for more quartz caves. I'll consult my GPS map and maybe something new is unlocked since we've been there. He said with great optimism. Ooh, a flower. Yoink. This map tells me nothing! It tells me nothing! I need to know where to find quartz. So we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, just like I thought. And explore and look for some more of the new stuff. The good news is that we've burnt a ton of time and we're at 23% into insects. This is the slowest moving thing known to man. And we're 23% into it. We are a ways. We may be at 100 by the time I find the other cave, but we're gonna go looking. I return to you, Nerd Paraders, with tidings and news. Not necessarily of the good variety or the bad variety, but it is news nonetheless. After exploring a little bit and coming up with absolutely nothing when it comes to a pulsar cave that we could put down a drill, I decided to look it up. I got frustrated. I looked it up online, and we did discover the pulsar cave. We were in it. We cleaned it out. But it's not big enough to put a drill down, and that was one of the big changes in 04.011. So as of 04.008, with the version we were playing in before, we could craft our pulsar quartz. But in this one, it is now the rarest resource in the game, and there is a finite amount. They did add some new boxes where you could get the pulsar quartz from them, but there is a finite limited amount now. Luckily for us, sort of luckily for us, I had created enough pulsar quartz before the patch came out to make three nuclear fusion generators. So that was 15 total pulsar quartz, and I had like 1 or 2 spare left over that I was hoarding. We no longer have those fusion generators, is ultimately what I'm getting at. I broke them down, and I have replaced them. They were in here, 1, 2, and 3, if you remember. I've replaced them with a teleporter. The teleportation is more important to me than the fusion generator giving power inside of my base. And I made the ultimate call. I made the ultimate decision. I have a couple more pulsar quartz in my inventory. I'm going to lay down the last teleporter, but I'm going to show you a little bit on how I achieved this by breaking it down. And it's a little... we gamed it. You'll notice that my terraformation index is a decent chunk higher than it was before we left. We gamed the system a little bit, and the easiest way to show you is by coming over here to our interface panel. I put down a crap ton of nuclear reactors. Nuclear reactors, we can make these in mass now. We can make these in bulk because we have our uranium being drilled out. We have the explosive powder factory with sulfur and iridium. It's something that took a little bit of doing, mostly kind of like just waiting for the resources together and building it out, but we were able to achieve the same power numbers of the nuclear fusion generators. I'm going to show you how I did it because I'm also going to build my last teleporter. The first thing that I did is I made the industrial zone. This is the very first teleporter that I made between base and industrial zone, and then I made a third one at uranium. This was kind of like step number 1 in order to achieve this goal. So Industrial Zone, you may remember this from way, way, way back into the series. Is this place out here? I was like, I'm eventually gonna build out here because it's super flat land and really cool. Well, I did kind of manage to build a super ugly bridge, but we have the Industrial Zone now. So I moved all of my drills. You may have noticed back at the base, like, hey, where did next drills and heaters go? Well, I moved them all out here. Move the drills out here, move the heaters out here, and we have all of our nuclear generators in a pack out here. This is how I was able to achieve the power thing-a-thing and replace it with the nuclear fusion generators. Now, this was a chore, but it became a lot easier when I put down the third teleporter. So thank God those breaking down those fusion generators came in clutch. We'll go over here to uranium because I would just come out over here to the mine, get my uranium because I put down another ore collector out here. We'd gather up, we'd make our rods, we'd empty out. I got to the point where I started junking it with the recycler. Like the excess ore that wasn't uranium, the shredder machine came in like super handy for this. So I started just junking excess ore and only taking uranium. We would convert the uranium with the rod. We would take the rods and the stuff back to base, get the explosive powder. If we needed explosive powder, we would run. Didn't make the teleporter yet. We would run over here to the sulfur mine, where there's sulfur and iridium. I eventually did drop a teleporter down in iridium and sulfur to kind of speed up the process. We would get our sulfur here at the yellow marker, iridium here at the red marker. There's 2 ore extractors here. There's 2 ore extractors at the sulfur. Let's go downstairs. I had a second layer just so I could put the teleporter up there. We've got our junker, our shred machine. Because of the excess junk ore, I wasn't bothering to store it anymore. And then we would craft up our iridium rods here. And, oh, no, actually, I'm sorry, not the iridium rods. We would craft up our explosive powder here because we were talking about the nuclear generators. I lost my train of thought. And place them all out and about. I would continue to go back to the alloy factory to get my one singular alloy. And then, yes, you guessed it, it happened. We made another teleporter to Alloy and Door, because it's door question mark. We don't know what the hell that door is. And again, we continued getting alloy and making nuclear generators. Now, I've been doing this for a while, as you could probably guess by the stage of my terraformation index. I've been doing this for a while, and I have one final teleporter to put down before my pulsar quartz quota is pretty much spent. This is more important to me than the fusion generators. I'm sure it's likely going to be more important to you than the fusion generators as well, so you may want to, like, the reason why I'm going into such detail about this is you may want to end up duplicating it until pulsar quartz is not finite. It wasn't finite, and luckily I was able to get enough to achieve this. I think now if you start the game right now, in 0.4.011, there is enough quartz around the world in boxes and in the Pulsar Cave to make 3 teleporters and maybe a couple of fusion cells, which we have not unlocked fusion cells. That's coming in 500-ish Ti. I think. Like, those are just like the rough numbers that people are giving me when I was doing some research online. Don't quote me on that, but for us, since we were able to make some pulsar quartzes in our game stage earlier than this patch, we ended up getting lucky. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Let's put it bluntly. We ended up getting lucky because we're able to do more teleporter than not teleporter. My final one. This is it. We could do more teleporters later once quartz becomes a thing. The only place that I would put it, let me line you up nice. The only place that I would put it would be at the black sites. The black sites that I have marked that are mostly story points and big loot hubs. We're gonna call this we'll call this aluminum factory. Because it's been more than just aluminum. It's been like our alloy factory, but we have another thing called alloy. This is our final teleporter that I wanted to make my life so much easier on this planet. I'm happy with this. I can pretty much zoom to most places on the map like this. And we're going to zoom back to base now, because I want to show just how far I am towards... What happened? Oh, I was going to say, what happened to my power? Please tell me putting that one down didn't kill my power. I want to show how close I am to the fusion cell, and we're going to talk about that a little bit next. Fusion cell. 578.56. I couldn't remember what the number was. After playing the game enough, I have scienced out what I think is going to happen with these fusion cells. Now, in our exploration of some of the ships, we have seen the fusion generators. You can open it up, there's one inventory slot. I think if we make this fusion cell, we can put it in the fusion generator and it's going to power the ship and open different areas to the ship. I'm calling it now. Open different areas to the ship that are either story and or loot related. Hopefully more pulsar quartz so that we can make more fusion cells, but my numbers of quartz are really, really low. Let's see what my power is. We have 3,400 still available power. 2 solar panels just randomly up. 3,400 still available power. We're good to go. That big chunk of nuclear power facilities. My God, it's just really meteor storming. There. Good Lord! Those two, I lost my train of thought. The meteors interrupted my train of thought. The nuclear power has kind of like saved me. I don't like it. It's dirty. I feel like it goes against the terraformation of the planet. Like, we're making things worse. The screen shake is driving me insane. It's making things worse. But we'll eventually change out when pulsar quartz becomes a little more plentiful in another update. Good Lord, what is it raining from the sky? If it's pulsar quartz, I'll stop bitching. Here's what our numbers are looking like now. I've got I don't remember if I always had these little pluses next to there, but we got that now. Insects, we're almost 50% of the way to insects. Cool, right? But the big thing is going to be the fusion cell. I know there's at least 2, maybe 3 fusion cell generator thingies in downed spaceships. And I do think it powers the ships, as I was mentioning. I do think it's going to open doors that were currently closed and you couldn't get past and unlock access to new areas in there. And then you can get good loots. Now, after expending those last 3 pulsar quartzes, I have 5 remaining. 5 remaining out of not only clearing the map from looking in all the loot boxes, the new loot boxes with the update, clearing out the pulsar cave, breaking down my 3 generators, which gave me 15. I have 5 remaining out of everything. So, hopefully, I mean, I could make 1 nuclear fusion generator, right? But then I wouldn't have any left to make a fusion cell to power the ships. Hopefully I can reuse those cells and they're not consumed on use. That's kind of my only fear. But I believe that is what is required to beat, or at least advance the story of the game enough to figure out what happened to the convict, and maybe even finally discover where that secret wall is that they were talking about in the bunker. I've now hit a hard stopping point, though. Without any more pulsar quartz available to me, only at a surplus because I happened to craft a handful, a decent amount, before the patch, there's really nothing else to do other than rocket game. Now, I could send things up, and like continue to send rockets up just to speed up the TI, hydration low, and I probably will do that, but I'm also going to be AFK gaming pretty hard until we unlock that fusion cell. So that's why I'm saying I've hit a pretty hard stopping point. There's nothing really else for me to build. I've built all the facilities that I want. I've got resources being generated in every form that I could possibly need, except for pulsar quartz. I don't really want to put down any more tree spreaders or feel like I need to, because I have a decent amount. I think I have like 7 or 9 of them down. Let me double check my power thing. We have 9 tree spreaders, 13 ore extractors, 7 teleporters, 29 drill tier 4s, 15 heaters, 32 food growers. I'm good. I'm good. I'll show off a couple of my facilities. We've seen the iridium and sulfur. We've seen the uranium. These guys have been my like bread and butter. You saw the industrial zone, which is just where I've been building a bunch of crap, so it's not in my base area. The only thing that you haven't seen is zeolite and osmium. And the zeolite and osmium is just a very small factory. I can't even call it a factory. It's a teleporter, a food grower, a couple of boxes, and a shredder. The shredder has become my new best friend. 2 ore extractors for zeolite. Then we've got the blue marker down here for osmium. This is the exact same location as it has been in the past. I just happened to move them a little bit closer to the door here. It turns into iron in this area. So osmium, this was like the limit for osmium. So I could be just a hair closer to each other to gather them. And this is what our planet is looking like at the moment. Hard AFK. I'll see you guys at 500 and something terraform index.